Yo, what's the crack, boys? Kevin Durant's one of the best players, if not the best player in the NBA, is injured again. He has this whole history of people falling on him, dating back to his time with the Warriors. His first season with the Warriors, who, I think he missed like the first round against the Blazers, if I'm not wrong. He has this whole history of people falling on him. Once again, Jimmy Butler fell on him. Obviously, it's an accident. It's very unlucky. It's very unlucky. Obviously, it's not as bad as people were thinking. As soon as I saw a tweet notification, I was like, oh no, but it's like, I thought, to be honest, not the worst situation. I was like, oh, it's probably worse than last year. Obviously, this happened last year. Someone fell, I think it was Bruce Brown, maybe someone else. I think KD was robbed of an MVP last season and a Hall of Fame teammate in James Harden. Obviously, last season when KD got injured, that's when the next season was over. Obviously, Kyrie was still, I don't think he was even playing at that point. Maybe he was. No, I don't think he was. Not got the best memory right now. Obviously, James Harden got fed up. He requested trade. The Nets didn't have, the best team. They weren't even, they were first to the East, thanks to KD and Harden. But after that, just went downhill. Now, obviously, Brooklyn has a lot better players now on their team. Obviously, they got, Kyrie's back. I think, if you got Kyrie Irving on your team, especially with the supporting cast that the Nets have, the second tier now, I don't expect them to fall that bad. The East is quite close right now, so, maybe they do. But I think Kyrie, Ben Simmons, TJ Warren, Watanabe, Seth Curry, all the good role players, I think it's enough to, keep your head above water. To at least, max, you're at least a top 5 seed in the conference. And then when KD comes back, obviously you're going to go, all the way back, near the top, if not the top. They're on, a 12-game win streak. KD playing like an absolute MVP caliber. Definitely an overlooked player, but now he's injured, so, definitely not going to win it now. Ever since KD came back from that, that Achilles injuries that he suffered in the finals, his scoring average, his career average just literally went up. He became arguably a better player. Maybe he was the same player because, when you're playing with Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, your numbers aren't going to be as high as they are now because, you're playing with the 2 best shooters of all time. Obviously, KD's been up in his game ever since he came back, but one, bad thing is that he's been injured every time. Ever since he came back, injuries. First season came back, injury. Second season, injury. And now we're here, it's an injury. If I'm Brooklyn, I am concerned because he only got injured because someone fell on him. So, if you overlook that, as long as no one falls on him again, he should be completely healthy throughout the whole playoffs. KD literally looks fine ever since he came back. It's just being in the wrong place at the wrong time. Very weird how, there's literally a compilation of people falling on him and him being injured. It sucks to see. KD's probably the best scorer of all time, especially one of the most efficient scorers of all time. So Brooklyn are definitely going to miss him. But they have good players that can step up. I think obviously take away KD's. If I probably shoots about 17 to 22 shots a night, you spread that out to TJ Warren, Seth Curry, Patty Mills gets some minutes. Obviously Kyrie will probably take some of those shots as well. Ben Simmons, who definitely needs to take some of those shots. Watanabe, I don't know if that's how you say his name. Maybe I'm bugging. I don't know. Obviously, he's probably the best 3-point shooter in the league right now, so he needs more of those shots. He'll still be efficient, I think. But Ben Simmons and TJ Warren is definitely, those are the 2 players that I think will benefit the most from KD being out. Obviously, TJ Warren, before the injury happened, he was out for a while. He looked like a future All-Star in the bubble. Obviously, some players in the bubble were not them. They benefited from playing in an arena with no crowd. But I don't think that takes away from the Lakers. I don't think the Lakers championship should have an asterisk on it. Definitely not. But players like TJ Warren definitely benefited from playing in a no arena. Just a calm setting. But I think he will step up. He's gonna. I think he's averaging 10 points this season. I think he'll definitely have a few 20-point games, a couple 25-point games. But because he is nice like that. But Ben Simmons has to shoot more. He does not drive the ball as much as he used to do. In his rookie season, season after that, and the season before, his last season on the Sixers, this guy was a master driving to the hoop. He was one of the best finishers, if not probably the best finisher, maybe behind Giannis, Westbrook, but he was definitely in that conversation of the best finishers in the league. He's just not been doing it. He's not looking as aggressive. He has been playing great defense though. Him and Nicholas Claxton, great defensive duo. When having them on the court offensively is not really what you want, but Defensively, the Nets have been very solid, if not great this season. But Ben definitely needs to be more aggressive, and obviously he is a pass first guy, which is good. Nets are benefiting from that. Passing, the spacing in that team. There's so much good shooters in that team. Kyrie, Watanabe, Patty Mills, Seth Curry, TJ Warren. I'm bugging out. There's so many good shooters on this team that Ben that benefits playing with Ben. But Ben. If Ben Simmons scores 20 points, you win the game. That's kind of how I say. If Ben Simmons has a 20-point game and plays good defense, you have won the game. That's always like Ben still has the potential. People didn't call him the next LeBron for no reason. He's definitely got that high potential that can win you basketball games. It's just he doesn't do it. But with KD, going to miss several weeks, I think the Nets will still be fine. They have some very solid. Obviously, Kyrie's the main guy. Marquise Morris. Royce O'Neal, who's an elite role player. Marquise Morris is a great role player. You just have so much good role players on your team, combined with a superstar like Kyrie, and Ben Simmons is a star when he wants to be, and he has that star potential. You have a mixture of that, all those good role players, shooters. They have a lot of shooters, great defense, which it might go a little bit down with KD gone. KD's a great defender, 100%. Good coaching. The new coach, I forgot your name. I'm so sorry. I'm not going to look it up. I can easily look it up right now. I'm not going to. I will. Jacques Vaughn, I may have said that wrong. The players respond to him so well. I actually want to play with him, and he's a good coach. And I think Steve Nash will be a good coach in 10 years. 100%. Just got put in a bad situation for a new coach, but they respond to him well. The system they're playing is very good. So they have, the Brooklyn Nets have everything to win a championship. Just KD's just going to be out for a while, but let's say they play 10 games. I think they're still a well above 500 team, but only time will tell.